Namaskar, myself Shailender Kumar, Assistant Professor, Jagannath University, Jaipur. Today I am going to discuss on the topic changing face of print media. Printing press has a long history and it has evolved significantly over a long period of time. The major advantage of printing is in its distribution. The advancements in online media has influenced printing technology to a large extent. Due to less paper and printing costs, however, conventional publishing, which supplies the text directly to the audience hands, continues to be the most accepted method of information. In this unit, we shall discuss the growth and development of printing press as well as its origin in India. We shall focus on major printing processes such as letterpress, flexography, offset printing, and screen printing. The role of printing technology in print media and various print production techniques will be examined. We shall also look at some emerging trends in printing technologies as well as new advancements in this field. Printing technology allows us to reproduce text and image which has been inked on paper using a printing press. The word printing comes from a Latin word "primere" which means to press. As every type of printing involves pressing one thing against another. Woodford defines printing as a mode of reproducing words or images on paper, card, plastic, fabrics, or another material. It can involve anything from making a single reproduction of a priceless painting to running off millions of copies of a book, pamphlet, brochure, leaflets, etc., and any document. The technologies used in printing enable users to convert the original words or artwork into a printable form and can be reproduced into any number of similar copies. Faithful to the reproduction of the original, you must be aware of popular and localized forms of printing these days, such as photocopy, inkjet, and laser printing. This kind of printing technology allows us to make multiple copies of an artwork which can be distributed to the masses. These days, it's an expensive process that any individual can afford. Printing typically involves a printing plate which is usually converted with ink and then pressed against the paper to give you the results. Apart from paper, printing can also be done on many variations such as card, fabric, plastic, and so on. Now, color printing and technology including design. Printing industry has emerged as a multimedia industry and the last technological innovation have completely overhauled this industry. The printing industry has also changed its nature from the printing press to news websites And now the revolutionary news apps, mobile news applications are creating waves in delivering messages and information worldwide. The digital technology allows us to get information from newspapers through multiple devices. Getting news from the conventional newspaper hard copy can now be accessed through its other versions like e-papers, mobile applications, news websites, and social networking sites. While the print medium provides only the text, photographs, and graphics, online medium can be a converge of newspaper, magazines, television, and radio. It can incorporate newer combinations of text and photographs with multimedia elements such as audio clips, video clips, and animated graphics. Text stories can now be presented in different forms so as to provide interesting and enriching experience to the users. The print media also interacts with readers via comments, opinions, and letter to editor. The interactivity in online journalism is immediate, almost instant, and can be done in real time. Readers can provide feedback on a bigger scale through email and allows readers to react instantly. Now we will discuss about the printing technology. Printing technology allows us to reproduce text and image which have been inked on paper using a printing press. The printing words come from Latin word primer which means to press, as every type of printing involves pressing one thing against another. Woodford defines printing as a mode of reproducing words or images on paper, card, plastic, fabrics, or another material. It can involve anything for making a single reproduction or a priceless painting to running of millions of copies of book, pamphlets, etc. The technology used in printing enable users to convert the original works or artwork into a printable form and can be reproduced into any number of similar copies faithful to the reproduction of the original. You must be aware of popular and localized forms of printing these days, such as photocopy, inkjet, and laser printing. These kind of printing technology allows us to make multiple copies of an artwork which can be distributed to the masses. Printing typically involves a printing plate which is usually converted with ink and then pressed against the paper to give you the result. Now, major printing processes: offset printing. Offset printing is one of the most popular printing methods in printing industry. It is used for mass production printing or bulk printings. In this printing, the image is transferred from a metal plate to rubber blanket and then on the paper. This printing process is cost effective and delivers results rapidly. Intaglio printing is just the reverse of relief printing because the printing is done by ink below the plate's surface. The design is cut, scrapped, or grafted onto a surface or plate of metals such as copper, zinc, aluminium, magnesium, plastics, or even coated paper. Screen printing. Screen printing is a process in which ink is forced through a screen. The screen printing stencil serves as a printing plate. The screen is a fine fabric made of natural silk, plastic, or metal fibers. Nowadays, plastic or metal fibers is commonly used for screen printing. In this process, printing involves the passing of ink or any other printing medium through stencils exposed to a mesh of screen that has been stretched on a wooden or metal frame. As the name suggests, print production is a process of using computer machine and software to combine text and graphics to produce print documents. The end result can be distributed as print documents or processed for electronic distribution such as email, uploading of online documents on websites for onward transmission and distribution anywhere. The conventional techniques involved in print production can be divided into three parts: handmade, mechanical, and digital. The print production techniques done by hand are the following: etching. This technique is time consuming as the standard of outcome of this technique is very high. It includes engraving and scratching patterns into metal or wood. Linocut. In this technique, the design is cut into a linoleum surface with a sharp knife. The standard of this outcome is also very high. Screen print. A printing technique that uses woven mesh to support and ink blocking stencil. This process costs less and is often used commercially. Woodcut. An artistic technique, an image is carved into the surface of a block of wood. Lithography. It uses smooth stone or metal plate for printing text or artwork. The basic print production techniques produced mechanically are letterpress. It is a simple process locking movable types into the bed of a press, inking it and rolling paper against it to form an impression. It comes under the relief printing technique. Graver. In this technique, image is etched on surface, the raised portion or the cylinder are cleaned so that the ink can be placed on the shape or patterns. Offset. This is the most popular printing technique based on prinography printing process. It is economical and fast. The print production techniques done digitally are photocopying, a machine that can produce any number of copies quickly This is less expensive and better for urgent demand. Laser printing. It allows the user to rapid produce high quality text and visual on plain paper. Inkjet. It recreates a digital image by propelling ink droplets on paper. Inkjet printers are very common and less expensive. Desktop publishing. It is a process of printing materials by using page layout and graphics software on personal computer. Graphic design. Killy and Beach define graphic design as the arrangement of type and visual elements along with specification for paper, ink, color and printing processes that when combined convey a visual message. Graphic designing includes page layout, typography, illustration, photography selection, color decisions, and finally producing the computer files. Sarkar opines that within the bounds of fine art, graphic art is considered a subdivision which printmaking. When printmaking leaves the bounds of fine art and enters those of applied art, it becomes graphic art. The graphic art stage of print production may be handled by a single graphic designer or managed by a separate graphic design department. Work done at the graphic designing stage includes page layout, typography, illustration, photography, color decision, and producing the final computer file for the printing press. For this job, elements of graphic design. Important elements of graphic designs are line, color, space, typography, unity, and harmony. Line is the most basic element of any graphic design. It allows connecting the 2 points and gives sense of direction with the help of pen and or pencil tool of graphic software. Example: Photoshop, CorelDRAW, Illustrator. Lines can be straight or curved depending on the layout requirement. Color. This is one of the most important design elements and that can also be applied to other elements such as lines, shapes, textures or typography and sometimes images. Color creates a sense of mood and tells a brand story. Each color has its own emotion by using which different color combination are ingeniously created. Shapes. The three basic types of shapes are geometric, circle, square, triangle. In case of shapes, similar shapes is graphics may not be used. Instead, these can be mixed or grouped to achieve a balanced design. Space. Negative space means space in those areas that are left blank on a page, whether it is white or color. This space can be used to provide breather or relief in an design. Typography. Typography is vital and perhaps the most important part of graphics and the web design. By using an appropriate font, one can tell the readers about the product publication, whether it is a serious political magazine, newsletter, or a play school magazine or the website. Unity. Individual design elements must be related with each other as also with the overall design. A design should be constructed in such a manner that at the first glance itself the elements are harmoniously combined, understood to be appreciated. Harmony. Design elements should be harmonious on a page. If these are not incorporated in the design, they may fail to deliver the message. One element should be in tune, shape, or in its design features with another element. Now, use of computer for print media. Today, with the advent of printing press, reading materials have become cheap and can be circulated easily. The printed materials have prompted and supported unparalleled multiplication of economic, culture, and political ideas around the world, connecting people. Numerous areas of globalization have been linked thanks to printing presses. Softwares of printing production. Choosing the right program, application, software for a specific task is an important part of print production. A program offers multiple features to modify the text, graphics, and images and can be combined to create high quality pages. Word processor software. Microsoft developed the word processor software in 1983 to let the user type digitally on a computer screen. Microsoft Word is full-featured word processing software that contains numerous publishing characteristics. This is the most widely used word processor in the world. Page layout software. The page layout program combines text, graphic, and images to produce print media documents like newspapers, magazines, newsletters, books, brochures, etc. etc. The most popular page layout programs are PageMaker, Quark Express, Adobe InDesign. PageMaker. This is the oldest page layout software invented in 1985 by Elders Company of Apple. Later, Adobe acquired the Elders Company and also its developed software. Quark Express. This is the industry standard page layout program. It can create newsletters, magazines, brochures, advertisements, letterheads, certificates, almost anything. One can import myriad picture formats and can export documents in PDF easily. Although Quark is not specifically made for web pages, there are utilities to convert Quark pages into web pages. Quark Express was developed in 1987 by Measures. Adobe InDesign is a software application produced by Adobe. It can be used to execute jobs like posters, flyers, brochures, magazines, newspaper, and books and ebooks. Using it, one can make professional files, high quality documents that can be sent to a commercial printer or distributed electronically as image or PDF files. It creates elegant and engaging pages for print tablets and other screens. It was released by Adobe in 1999 in India. Adobe InDesign is the most widely used layout software by newspaper and magazine houses. PageMaker. InDesign, Quark Express are the page layout programs that are most widely used in publishing industry. The work done in these programs can be easily optimized for digital publishing, like PDF, ebook, and also for layouting a website. These programs enable handling any layout design freely and controlling every printing element such as fonts, character spacing, word spacing, and line spacing of text and color, size, and resolution of graphics. Photoshop is one of the most popular image editing software in the world. It can be used to work with images that have been digitalized on scanners or to create original artwork. The image files, documents created in Photoshop can be printed on paper or optimized for use in multimedia presentations, web pages, or animation and video projects. Now conclude this topic. Printing is a mechanical process usually done with the help of machine called a printing press. Printing presses used to print books, newspapers, and magazines use rotating cylinder mechanism. We have also discussed about the role of printing technology in communication. We traced the growth and development of printing press as well as its origin in India. We also discussed about the major printing processes such as newsletter, letterpress, flexography, offset printing, printing, etc. The three important aspects of printing is press, pre-press, press, and post-press were also examined. We looked at the various print production techniques which are divided into three parts: hand, mechanical, and digital. We also discussed the importance of graphic design and its basic element used in printing technology. While discussing the software of print production, we traced the use of different software for varied print production tasks. The modern printing technology and its emerging trends were discussed, in which we touched upon pressing topics like digital technology in print media, new advancements, digital printing, and the impact of digital on the print media. This printing technology is one of the most imperative part of communication sector and shall continue to be useful in future. Thank you.